Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. As usual, you are welcome to another episode of the Humanitarians of Africa series, where I have been sharing the amazing story of wonderful founders doing great work all over Africa. So I've had guests from Kenya, I've had guests from Zambia, I've had guests from Nigeria, so many people doing great work. If you haven't watched the other episodes, make sure you go back and see how you can catch up with all the stories, because there are so many stories. Today, all the way from Nigeria, I have another amazing person. And guess what? She is a LinkedIn influencer. She's a content creator, although she studied chemistry, or is it physics now? But we're going to get into that part when we start to talk about her. Everyone calls her Gabby, and I know her full name is Oluwaseun Owolabi from what I'm seeing here. And I didn't know that. However, I'm so excited to have this conversation with you today. Can I call you Gabby? Is Gabby better?
Yes.
Or is better?
Gabby is better. Gabby is my brand name, so you can call me Gabby.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Gabby, for joining me today. It's so amazing to have you despite your busy schedule. Thank you so much for coming.
So the privilege, I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, so who is Oluwaseun Owolabi, Gabby, and why exactly did you pick that name, Gabby? Like, what's the inspiration behind Gabby? Do you mind sharing with us, please?
Yeah, I will. Okay, so my name is Oluwaseun Owolabi, popularly called Gabby. Well, let me first talk about myself. Oluwaseun Owolabi is a LinkedIn optimization coach and a content creator. I'm a digital marketer, because LinkedIn optimization, content creation, everything is under digital marketing. Okay, yeah. So I'm also a female. I run a female Christian program, so called the Firebrand Ladies program. That's to raise women for ministry. Okay, so I'm the founder of ROTNED International organization. That's an organization aims at helping the less privileged kids out there and low livelihood communities. So about Gabby. Gabby is the name I gave myself. I gave myself Gabby. So what happened is that when I was in secondary school, there is this film I was usually fond of. It's called Desperate Housewife, and there's this lady Gabby.
I remember Desperate Housewives. Really?
Yeah. So I just tell my friends about this Gabby that I love her, even though she had some bad character, but she stood on her ground and everything. So I just love the character. And people started calling me Gabby. So I started the name, but as time goes on, I actually gave it the meaning, a voice. That's what I gave it. So the meaning of Gabby is a voice. To me, to others, I don't know, but to me, it's a voice. So that's it.
Wonderful. Desperate Housewives. Like, I haven't thought about Desperate Housewives in a long time.
Yeah.
Are you serious? That's wonderful. That's really wonderful. And I like the fact that you've made it your own and giving a voice to the name. And that's really, really amazing. That's really amazing. You mentioned running an organization. Is it an organization or a program that you do for women who are getting
female ministry?
Yeah, who are getting into ministry. Do you mind sharing a little bit on that? What's that about, and how exactly does it run?
All right. Okay. The thing is, I'm just starting anyway.
Okay.
God gave me the vision in the year. He has been telling me about it since that COVID period. But I don't want to go into the spiritual aspect, so I was ignoring it until this year. The tension was so much, and I was like, okay, let me just start. And I told God that I'm going to start, but I don't know how you're going to do it, because he actually he's raising me to raise women. There are a lot of women in darkness. Some are struggling, some are in pain, some cannot even stand up for themselves, and he wants to raise them, he wants to transform their lives. Okay, so that is why I just had to start. So what we are doing now is every Thursday we do Bible study, every Sunday we do prayer meeting, and we pray for ourselves. Anybody that have prayer points and everything, and God has been doing miracles. It's not actually me, so I've already told God, if you will do anything, let me just start it.
I can understand what it means. I can understand what it means to have a calling and you're afraid to actually go on with it. I can totally relate. My dad is a missionary, by the way, and when I was growing up, I always told everyone keep calling me, pastor's daughter, pastor's daughter. I said, please, can we separate my father from me? Because I always didn't want to be that person. But everyone has a call on their lives, and the earlier you accept it, the better for you, because it will keep pinching you that you have to do this. Well done. It's a huge step that you have taken. Okay, so talking about ROTNED, your organization, is there a full meaning behind ROTNED, or what is ROTNED Foundation about?
Okay, ROTNED International actually started in the year 2018. That was my final year because I graduated in the year 2018. So the idea to be reaching out to the less privileged actually started in the year 2016. In fact, let me just say from a young age, because I'm actually attracted to the poor. Sometimes when we are going home from church, there's these children, they will just be following you, they'll be tapping you and all that. And my parents were actually okay as at then. They have this money, so I used to give out money. Even though in church, when we had to pay for offerings, other kids that don't have money to pay for offering, I would give them out of my money. So I did not know that everything was actually gathering up for now. So in the year 2016, 2017, I started having this urge, there will be this leading to just go and visit the less privileged kids. And I remember clearly, anytime I'm in my prayer room and everything, I see the vision, I see myself praying. Like I just see the picture of small little children sleeping under the bridge in the cold weather. Like there's nothing to cover them up. I see some people carrying empty plates, rough face. I see that when I'm praying at that time and I'm seeing something like that, I don't know when I start crying. So it comes consistently. I will keep crying when I get to that point of praying for the needy. So when I started, so in the year 2018, May 27, it was getting close to Children's Day.
Yeah.
So I told a few of my friends that let's go and visit the less privileged. Let's just go to anywhere where we can visit people. Like I just want to do this. So as at then, I tagged this Gabby Motivate Outreach or something like that, because I did not even know the name to give to it. And so after the outreach, I went back to my jotter. So the first outreach was May 29. May 27 was, we had classes then. So we had to shift it to May 29 on Sunday. So everybody was around. My friends, we went together to, So it was later I went back to my jotter, and I remember that God actually gave me ROTNED International from Galatians 2 verse 10, which says, I think it's Paul that was talking there, that we may always remember the poor. So that was the only one that actually grabbed my attention. And God, and I just, my spirit, reaching out to the ROTNED. And that was how ROTNED International came in. So ROTNED means reaching out to the needy. So international means it's global. It's not just limited to Nigeria. It's global, international, worldwide. Yeah.
Wonderful.
That T stands for 2D. So we don't want to repeat T.
Yeah.
So it's international. So that's the meaning of ROTNED.
Wonderful, wonderful. So in the course of running your organization from then till now, what has been the impact so far? How many children have you been able to reach, even if you're not sure of the statistics, but what has been the impact and the response like in doing the work?
It wasn't easy anyway. I started off with no idea of, I didn't even know there's something called NGO. So I just started off with my poor mindset. So we got support actually. I had some people who actually supported. It wasn't much. So if I'm to say the lives that we have impacted from 2018 till now, of course, there has always been progress. We have reached, I can't say, but it would have been over 20,000 children, because in Ilorin, I was an undergraduate. I'm a graduate of University of Ilorin. So
yeah,
in Ilorin, we visited like 3 or 4 places. Yes, we visited 4 places. Went to orphanage homes, went to special needs education school, went to motherless babies home. And in 2019, I was serving in Anambra State. So some of my friends were still in school, because my course is a 4-year course. So some of my friends, they were still in school. So we had another May 27 outreach. I did mine in Anambra State, because I was in Anambra. I had people to support me. And that same day, Ilorin also was taking place at the same time. So I had people to do it in Ilorin. In 2020 COVID period, we still went to visit mothers babies home. 2021, we visited communities. We distributed school bags, and in fact, we've reached over, if it's not over 50, because we've distributed 300 school bars, 60 school bars. We visited communities in Ibadan, and this year we are looking forward to visiting Ikire. That's Ayetoro village in Ikire. So, and we also did an outreach this year, May, Children's Day at Kila Village at Ogun State. Yeah, we did Ogun State. So this year, December, we are looking forward to visiting Ayetoro village at Osun State. Yes, Ayetoro village.
Wonderful.
About 20,000, very, if not up to 50.
Yeah. Wonderful. So many children across different states. I love the fact that you were able to, I love the fact that you were able to do it in Anambra when you were in Anambra, and also it was happening in the other location, even when you were not there. That's amazing. So talking about Anambra, you are a Yoruba lady. You were born in the West, and then NYC threw you to Anambra. How was that experience for you? Because I know it would have been a different ballgame altogether. How was it?
It wasn't easy, but I was actually, I'll just say it's just God, though, because firstly, people are attracted to me in that place, because some of them used to say I look like an Igbo girl. I look like an Igbo girl. People say that a lot. So that was the first attraction. And then I went through my pastor, because I went to a winners church that was nearby. The pastor also, I was very active because corpers were not much there. I was active in everything that we were doing. So the man supported me, and I had friends too, though it was only 2 people that showed up, but the passion was just there. So I didn't let anything just, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but I must confess, God really took control, honestly.
I can imagine having to leave your own homeland and then go to a place. And Anambra is a very busy town.
and the turn-up was actually massive. In fact, it was much more than the one we were doing in Ilorin. It was massive. The pastor supported. My pastor actually paid. He supported students. My fellow corpers supported. And when I shared the flyers, people also sent me money, because they were like, "You're in Anambra, you still want to do this thing." So they supported and went well.
I know. That's amazing. So talking about you, you studied physics education, and now you ventured into the digital world. You're a LinkedIn influencer, you're into content creation, you run a digital company. What exactly was the inspiration behind the transition from physics into tech or into the digital world?
All right, so the physics education was not actually the course I chose for myself. So
I know.
I actually wanted to study engineering. I just like the field where a lot of people they don't have the boldness to venture into. So I chose electrical electronics engineering. That I'm going to be the best female electrical electronics engineering. But as God would have it, I was given physics education after 3 years of it. So I just had to let me just do physics education. And getting to 100 level, I didn't even like course 200, and getting to 300 level, I started showing me another perspective to this thing. Like I just find myself liking teaching people, imparting knowledge. And what I got to understand after the whole teaching, that I'm still going to find myself in leadership, and I'm still going to teach people. So I need knowledge about teaching and how to interact with people. And me venturing digital space, it's not even as if I actually don't want to work in an office space, but if that thing was just, my spirit was not just against it, because there was a particular time I got a banking job, and these people were even, at least the pay should be around 150 to 250. And on getting home, I started having this urge in my spirit that if you do this thing, you're just going to suffer yourself and everything. So see that office thing now, we just finished university, everybody shall want to show off. So I went to do internship. I went to do internship in an organization, and the 3 or 4 months that I spent there was was like hell for me because it was struggles upon struggles. And then COVID came. It was COVID that actually made me to realize that made me venture into the digital space. And I was able to, I was able to explore my skills potential. I was able to also learn from people. And, people were ready to help me when it comes to that particular space. So it was actually COVID that made me to see more in the digital aspect. I never saw myself in that field. And as God will have it, when I ventured into the training, everything started, the turn up was just coming. Yeah, exactly. So since then, we die.
That means we should be saying thank God for COVID, isn't it?
Yeah, thank God for COVID. That COVID was a blessing.
It really changed the lives of a lot of people. A lot of people began to see a different aspect in which they could actually fly and thrive. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So, talking about ROTNED, what has been the experience so far and the challenges you have faced in the short time you have run your organization?
The challenges are much. I don't even know where to start. It's not easy.
Just start from somewhere. Tell us about some of those challenges.
For someone like me that started with no knowledge about it, it was hell. It was struggles for me. I started with, I was using my account at first. So the pressure from everybody, you're using your account, nobody's going to support you, nobody's going to help you, go and open a corporate account and all this. I was like, okay, when I open corporate account, I don't even have the resources, I don't have everything. So the struggle at first was, having the resources to even open a corporate system. But I know that they are actually telling me the truth, but that thing in my heart is just telling me to keep going ahead, keep going ahead. So I was doing it with my account. So the first challenge I had with was account opening. They were telling me go and open account, go and open account. And they said, okay, I don't want to jump the process. So I used my account for 3 years there. It was this year we did our account opening. Yes, it was this year. So
wow.
That one solved. The second one is putting structure in place. It's not easy
Very
to get
important.
people to support you. It's not even, and I'm still struggling with the structure anyway. So I can't say I've gotten it all figured out. No, I'm still struggling with the structure. Getting people to support you. And some people, if you tell them you want to volunteer for this, they will tell you yes. And on getting
they
there,
will not show
up. You're not messaging them, do this, do that, do this. So I just feel like everything still has to do with structure. And if you don't have the money, if you don't have the resources, structure is not going to be solid. Structure is not going to be solid. So all I'm hoping for is just, I think if you're able to secure grants, we have financial this thing to be able to stand by, we can employ people. And when you are paying people, to give them, sense of responsibility that you need to do this. And if they don't want to do it, you can easily tell them that, your service is no more needed and all that. Another struggle we had was website. Okay, so we had website last year. Our website was working, but to manage it was the problem. I can't be the one posting. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. There are accounts I'm managing, and I need money also. If I'm going to fund anything, I also need money. And I also understand from the point of view of other people is that okay, if I'm going to support you, I also want to get some, because not everybody wants to volunteer. Really, not everybody. Everybody just, they're just trying to look for a place where they will be making
for
money.
Something.
Exactly. So that was another issue, another challenge, the website. So it got to a point that last year, when the 1 year was over, I just said, I'm just shut it off for now. Please, I don't want to continue. Let me have everything in place. Let me just have everything in place. I know I don't have to have everything of God, but let me have people that will be consistent to run with the vision, that I can even at least, if it's stipends, if it's something, I can actually get them to keep it, So that one too was another challenge. Another challenge also we had is getting grants. Yeah, because we are still on it anyway. So that's another challenge also, because it's not easy. I run this NGO mostly with my money, but it's not, people don't know about it anyway, because I don't have to be telling them that I use my money. I use my money. So I use my money mostly for research, for everything, calling people, all these things is not easy. Sometimes I will want people to do something, and Nobody's willing to support, so I still have to use my money. And I know it's also part of the process, so I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. So these are the challenges I can remember. But structure, I'm really bad in that. And I'll just advise anybody out there, just take your time, just take your time to build this thing. It's not easy. Many ideas will come. People will come with different opinions. They are solid opinions, they are good opinions, but they may not be right at that particular time. Because now people told me, go and create account. I created corporate accounts now. Now people should support. Nobody wants to support. And they were the first people, there were people telling me, go and create corporate account. The last outreach, those people, I messaged them, nothing. So imagine if I had opened this then, and I went to go and borrow money to go and open this thing. It would have been, exactly. So
I can understand.
those are the challenges I can remember for now. But there are many challenges that has to end you. It's not easy.
Yeah, I know it's definitely not easy, and you're not the only founder going through all of these struggles, structure issues, volunteer issues. It's difficult to get people to commit, especially when there is nothing in it for them, because everyone is selfish at some point. But then yeah, it's the truth. Everyone is selfish at some point, whether we like it or not. We're humans, and we have that capacity to become selfish. So yeah, looking at these challenges that you face, when you feel like not doing again, and you're like, who even sent me on this work that I have put myself? What exactly keeps you going? What do you look, or what do you remember and say, I have to continue? What's that thing that keeps you going despite all the setbacks that you have experienced?
What keeps me going is actually anytime where it's not as if I don't get. There was a time we shut down. Like I told them that we are going on a break. Like I needed to put something together. I need to rest. Let's just shut down. People were like, oh no. I said people should not do because when it is if we start to do the work now, nobody will come. So please let's just have this break. But then I keep remembering, the reason why I started, the pictures, the kinds, all those things. I keep remembering. I'm like, no, I can't stop all this. And sometimes I watch people that are also founders like mine. So I see their own, and I be like, okay, I'm not the only one in this. Everybody have their own. So I just have to keep pushing. I can't just give up. And if I give up, that means people that have told that God gave me the vision, they'll be like, so
they'll be like, so
God is so. But God has actually been faithful. So if I'm complaining, I'm just being an ingrate. So the vision keeps me going. Keeps me going because there is more to just what we are doing now. And I think about, the vision to have a school for the less privileged at no fee, the vision to teach people skills, people in the low livelihood communities, all those visions. I'm like, no, I can't at this point. So the vision keeps me going. That's what I would just say.
Vision keeps you going. That's amazing. And I always tell people I come in contact with that have non-profit organizations, I say, if you don't have a solid why, at some point when all of these many issues come pounding on you, you will just give up, because it's not an easy journey at all. It's very, very tedious, very, very tedious. So I'm glad that you have a strong vision that actually keeps you going, and that's really amazing. That's really amazing. So in the course of doing the work that you have been doing so far, are there any specific stories that you encountered that has stood out for you? Stories that really touched your heart and you're like, I would never forget this day?
Well, the one I can, there are many stories as I don't know where to start from. Okay.
Everyone has many stories.
There was one when we went to, this motherless babies home. It was one woman like that that was taking care of all these small babies. And, she showed me a little baby. Maybe the baby is just a year old, or maybe like from some days old, and she was like the mother came to drop the baby or something like that. I was like, I went with somebody, and she decided to just take the baby in and started taking care of the baby. And I was deep down, I was like, God, I don't know. Some children, they don't actually deserve this. It wasn't their fault that they were born. And this is just maybe, and I'm just hearing this, and I'm very sure that there are other children out there that they will just dump under the street, under the bridge, and that is how they grow up, and their mentality, they have been wired into different things. So this thing used to touch my heart that okay, that something can still be done. These children can still become, great parents or future leaders. They can still become, great people that can change the narrative. So if I can play my own part, at least to reach, few of these children, because I know I can't reach out to all. I can't, it's not possible. So we are many in the field. At least these ones can, bring up their children. At least somebody that went through bad thing will not want their own children to also go through. So if I can help at least few people, I'm very sure that helping them will, we also compel them to help others, and the thing we keep on going like that. So that was the only story that's the only one I can. That was the story that actually touched my heart. Because when everybody were laughing when she was saying it, but that thing actually touched my heart. What if my mother dropped me under the bridge? What would I do? So to avoid that, we can actually pick some children under the bridge, on the street, help their life, and they can become great parents that will bet future leaders, people that will take care of other children, people that will impact lives. Because when they remember their own story, they will be they want to help other people too. No, that's why I don't blame every child that behaves abnormally. Sometimes you just need to check where their roots, what happened exactly. We can help them in our own little way. So that one actually touched me. That story actually touched me.
It's really a sad story, having to, well, whatever reason it is that she may have had, we're not the ones to judge.
Exactly.
Let's
we're not the ones
God to judge.
I'm more particular about the
child. That's really a touching story. So, Gabby, finally, before I let you go, are there any specific programs or projects that you're working on that you would like to call for support for? Is there anyone you would need to, people listening, how they can support your organization with any project or program that you have?
All right, so there are 3 specific projects we do every year. So we are hoping to add another, other projects. But there is this particular project that I would love people to support massively. That's our project, bags to schools. We distribute school bags, to public schools. I discovered that a lot of people a lot of children, they use polythene bag. Now, some don't even have school bag. They will put books in their baskets, and that's not even encouraging. You can imagine me carrying nylon and my mates are carrying school bags, and there won't be encouragement to go to school. So that was why we embarked on the project, bags to schools. And another project is that I also love people, anything that has to do with education. I love education a lot. I love education a lot. So project back to school is what I would actually love people to support. And also in line with the project back to school is, helping, children that have, left school. What's it called now? Drop out children, helping them get back to school. Because there are a lot of people there are some villages that we visit and be like, what are your children doing? And they'll be like, there's no money, that they are still looking for money to feed themselves. So I should not even mention education aspect. So these children, and some of them are brilliant. There was one village I visited one time like that. This boy is a very young guy. He used all these tin, all these iron and all that. He used it to do something like a motor car, and he was operating it from one button. As in the way he even did it, I was like, you did this? He said yes. So if someone like that can go to school, you can just imagine that IQ will increase. So we need to help dropout kids back to school. It's very, very important, because even though if we keep giving them food, we still need to impact them so that they can also, be able to take some responsibility, some responsibilities by themselves, okay, and help other people out there. We can't feed everybody. If we keep feeding and keep feeding and keep feeding, it's not going to work. Let's empower them. Let's start with education. Education is very important. So project back to school and helping dropout kids back to school is one of the main projects that we do, and I would love people to actually support this, because education is just is even the best legacy. Education is very, very, education is not a scam at all. If not for education, I would not be where I am. So love to support, can support us, you can partner with us. We also accept partnership, but they have to know, our organization is a faith-based organization. So, some people will be like, no, we can't.
You have to work in line with it.
Yeah, they have to align with our goals, our visions, and everything. So we would appreciate support to help, these children, especially in the low livelihood communities. Let's help them get back to school. Let's support them with educational materials, starting from school bags, because that's where they will put their books and everything. And sometimes with the school bags, we distribute, school notebooks alongside pencils, bio. We add it to it also. So love the support of the mass. Let's do this together, please.
Wonderful. Let's do this, people. As usual, like I would always say at the end of every session that we have, I say, share this video because someone in your network might have something similar and may want to support, may have the resources to help ROTNED Foundation. So do not hoard this video, share it, drop a comment, put it on your WhatsApp status, put it on your Instagram, wherever, just share it and spread the word to as many people as possible, because children, out of school children, need your help. They are looking up to you, they are looking up to me. So if you want to donate anonymously, we have a lot of anonymous donors here. If you want to donate anonymously, feel free. As usual, the description, the details are going to be in the description box, also on your screen. If you cannot reach out or connect with them, feel free to send me an email and I'll connect you directly to Gabby so that you can take it on from there. If you want to partner in cash, in kind, please. This is an open platform and this is why we're here, to share the stories and also build connections between the nonprofits and the people who have the resources. Gabby, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Ella.
I had an amazing session. So guys, do not forget to watch the next episode or the previous episode if you have missed it, and look forward to seeing more stories from Humanitarians of Africa. Toodles.
Bye.